you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, Mr. Fayose, thank you very much for joining us on the morning show. Well, you've been quoted as saying that Atiku are going to court with the PDP to unseat Tinubu. Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party and his party are filing petitions to challenge the outcome of the February 25 election. Will amount to nothing. You have been quoted as saying that they are daydreaming. 4 political parties have gone to the tribunal now to challenge that election. And you've been saying, well, in politics, the thing to do is just win. And other people can go to court because the man that won is also not going to sit down and fold his arms. Are you invariably saying that you don't trust the judiciary and that, the judiciary will not make any difference whatsoever? You don't trust our judges. You assume that our judges will just go in one direction perpetually, and that it's a waste of time to even challenge an election.
Well, Ruben, I appreciate you and your team, and I want to say that I have one Nigerian that I am going to tell you my feelings without looking at your face. You might not like my opinion about things, but I'm going to just let you know this is my opinion, and it remains. Let me tell you, nothing has changed in Nigeria since I grew to know Nigeria and Nigerians and the political evolution. We had an issue in 1979. Chief Obafemi Awolowo went to court. In 1984, before Buhari took over, Chief Obafemi Awolowo and others went to court. And when we came to this new day democracy in 1999, we've always gone to court. The system is sick. We're all involved. We're all guilty. And we need to sit back. I am only telling you, let me start one quickly before I end up with the judiciary. I absolutely believe in the judiciary that they will do justice. But let me say to you, none of the contestants, none of them did not do one wrong thing or the other. And the system does not limit or give the whole of the actions to INEC. INEC is just one party of all the parties to this old issue on ground. INEC does not carry gun, does not have powers to do certain things other than to ensure a free and credible election, fair and credible election. The police has a role to play, the military has a role to play, and largely the politicians. We are just about getting to the judiciary. May I say to you that our leaders are products of what we make out ourselves. When you give money, vote buying, who receives the money? The people. When you give police money, who gives the money? Who receives the money? The police, not the giver. When you give, now we are in the stage of the lawyers. They will all begin to charge big money because it is a cash out time for all of them. Majority of people that were supposed to say, I'm not going to court, the lawyer will tell you, go to court, or because of what they want to make. So nobody come and tell me anything has changed. In the north, we saw what happened in a number of states. People, when they begin to talk about Lagos, I get angry. I'm not saying things went well in Lagos. It was like that all over. It was expected. Nobody should come and tell me what happened in Northwest, Northeast. Let me tell you the presidential election. Asiwaju lost in Lagos. Atiku won in Adamawa. Asiwaju in Lagos, his base, he lost. Some G5 governors, we just saw Alex Oti now. Congratulations, Alex Oti. And let me equally congratulate Epeasu, the current governor of the state. Part of our duty is to concede defeat where necessary. And I want to say to you, most of the things that happened in Lagos happened everywhere. So don't let us single out Lagos, Kano, Kaduna. We were still in same attitude as in 1979. Nothing has changed. Recall when you saw the PDP chairman and the Labour Party chairman sitting down together, what they could not do before the election. They now look for allies to create an impression that election was rigged. I disagree with them. The way you lay your bed, you sleep on it. Take your PDP, for example. Was the PDP expecting to win that election? The answer is no. We were badly fractured. We were badly fractured. The same set of people that betrayed the party at that time, it was a payback time. Majority of the leaders of the PDP were pregnant inside and had their stomach flat externally. They were all working against the party because they never believed in that process. So coming back to what they said, I stand by every letter credited to me. And what I was telling you is that we are in a race. You said to me that I didn't win the election. I said to you, you didn't win the election. Will I fold my arms and allow you to outwit me in the struggle for what I have suffered for? To me, that election, going by Nigerians' attitude, going by the behavioral components of everybody involved and stakeholders, INEC did well. INEC can't carry guns by themselves. INEC is not the one that gave money to security agencies. Majority of us politicians, we were desperate. When you see a sitting governor winning election by 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, a sitting governor with the paraphernalia of office, with all resources, and you are telling me you won by 10,000, that should be a law. If you win election by 10, 20, 30,000, as an incumbent, you must be declared a loser. When somebody who does not hold anything in the state comes up and win an election against you, you have lost that election. So let me say to you, my position is this. Asiwaju won that election fair and square. All of them participated in whatever odd or the other you might claim. And what I said in the last interview that I granted was, they asked me if these people go to court, would they win at the court? Yes, it's possible. But let me tell you, nobody will hold me down. If I win an election, you want to take it from me? If get to the judiciary, if get lawyers, I'm going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that what God has given to me, nobody takes it away from me.
All right, Mr. Fayose. Now, you've made quite interesting statements, but I would like to just pick on one of the things you've said, which is in terms of your analysis of INEC's performance in the last election, which is at variance with a number of reports and observations of the last election. I mean, even former Governor Rotimi Amechi and former Minister of Transport had said that this election was against the people, against INEC and security agencies. INEC themselves have admitted that this election, the last election, was marred with a number of irregularities. So a very simple case in terms of just analyzing INEC's performance is their use or lack of use of BVAS and IREV in terms of the electronic transmission of results, which was part of their rules, which they broke. So when you give and
May I please correct?
I'll just ask the question so you can correct and then respond to the question. So the question is, how can you say that the process was fair and okay, giving INEC a pass mark without acknowledging very glaring mistakes and errors despite the 355 billion naira given to INEC to administrate this election? It is, I mean, it's quite interesting for you to say that. I'd like to hear your comments now on this.
Please, that's your opinion. Yes, I'm telling you again, that's your opinion. I stand to be held to account for my statement. If you recall, when I was talking, I said there is a lot wrong with Nigeria. I told you while growing up what I grew to know. And I explained to you since 1979, nothing has changed. If you tell me I have a candidate of Labour Party that ran away from the East, who said they didn't allow him to vote. I mean, a candidate of PDP who ran away in the East, or APC who ran away, who said the Labour Party overwhelmed them. I have candidates, I have people in the Southwest with similar complaints. That was why I blamed the majority of these problems on stakeholders, particularly politicians. If it's a system, let me quickly draw your attention to this. President Buhari, each time they ask him in 2019, if you lose this election, would you concede? Rather than say yes, he said, I am going to win. I am going to win. I'm the person that will come back. Even on election day, when they asked him in Daura, the pressman were saying, if you lose this election, he never admitted that he will lose the election. So nothing has changed. Let me tell you very clearly, except our attitude, we sit back as a nation and come back to the table and begin to take responsibilities for our action and attitude, and everybody gets patriotic. It's too late in the day. And let me tell you, I just told you, the governors, the House of Rep members, the senators, majority of them are returnees. What I mean, incumbents. They were all desperate to win at all costs. So blaming INEC, it's a waste of time. And when you talk about INEC admittance, I admitted too that the system is sick. The institutions are not there. Nobody protects them. Let me equally tell you very clearly, it is a time, rather than to blame anyone, it's a time for us to sit back in national dialogue and draw a line, like a military officer drawing a line in red.
Okay.
Let me start afresh.
Okay.
The situation here within the settings,
Okay.
let me tell you that election, going by what
Okay.
everybody stands as stakeholders, the election was
Okay.
not too bad.
Okay. Two things. And good to see you again, Mr. Peter Fayashe. Oshokomola himself, Peter the Rock. All you have said,
Thank you very much.
all you have said is a justification of continued illegality in our country. And a lot of people are taken aback because also you yourself have been secretly recorded by an army captain when you were hatching out election fraud plans yourself in 2014. And we all remember that experience. So is it that we should continue in that now? And I also like to ask you this honestly. If another person apart from Bola Ahmed Tinubu you supported won this election, would you come on air and say all of these things that you're saying, that people should move on without justice? You try to just rationalize what happened in Lagos. Yes, it happened in other parts of the country. But the killings, the hurts, the laceration of people's body and the likes, that happened in parts of the country, but most importantly, what happened in Lagos. So should we justify this now because it favors people that you were in support of?
Can I just correct you there? I take exception to your claim that I was secretly recorded, and I take exception that nobody has proven that. Yes, I can be recorded, but nobody will ever say to you that I said they should go and rig an election. And I want to say to you, I've avoided touching on this area. When you are talking about Nigeria, let us start with the press, and let us start with your person. You recall the incident on the bus lane and your attack on the police. That shows that you, as a journalist, a public analyst, somebody who is supposed to live above board, is not equally living above board. And he that must come to equity must have clean hands. I read a lot and I listen to your comments. I feel, like I said, we need to sit back and correct a lot of things.
But you give me a right of rebuttal.
Again.
You give me a right of rebuttal on the bus lane incident, because I put it to you, sir, you don't know the full story of what
excuse me. If
you give me a right of rebuttal, and go ahead.
If you go that lane, we will not make a sense of this program. I was invited by your station. If you didn't touch something that impinges on my personality, I will not give you an answer to that. So if you're asking a question, I told Ruben about it yesterday, and I specifically complained about you and your attack on the people you don't believe in as a politician.
No, I have a right to do my job. You can't complain about me to my colleague.
Excuse me.
That's not right.
I am equally telling you, I know where you are. That's all right of you as well. That is technically not right of you as well. And if we want to make a sense out of this program, let us leave personal attacks, because you are good at that, and I'm equally good. If you want it, I'll serve it as well as that. So this program is meant to talk about issues of Nigeria and not issues of a person. We know where you are, we know where you belong, we know the parties you are supporting, but let's leave that out of the issue. So going by what you asked, Nigeria needs a total overhauling of leadership and followership. I have said it earlier that it is important to know since 1979, nothing has changed. People rushing to court now. Atiku has always gone to court since I knew Atiku as a politician and a contestant. Atiku went to court in 2019. The same judiciary said to the whole world that President Buhari won that election. Listen to you again, and listen to me. If we are not careful, as a commentator, we will remain on the television molding the opinion of Nigerians negatively, because that is what we want them to hear. For me, the election that brought Ahmed Bola Tinubu within the context of our conduct in this country is credible. It may not be the best, because you can't tell me it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu that killed the people you are mentioning. You can't tell me it was someone who that killed the people in Lagos. When there was an election in Ekiti, they hit me here on my back. A policeman hit me with the butt of the gun. Most of the journalists were saying Fayose has come with his drama again. I had 3 surgeries last year. I could barely walk again. But when it is good, and when it goes against people we don't want, it's the best of things that could happen. You were alive when the G5 left the PDP. You were alive when Obi left the PDP. You were alive when Kwankwaso left the PDP, and so on and so forth. You want manna to come from where? So people going to court automatically means when I go to court, the judiciary must give to you because you are complaining, or because you are a complainant. Obi himself will certainly, I want to say to him, in G5 we concluded that we must support a southern presidency. That is the truth, depending on their peculiarity. And if you go to Benue, that was why our Tom supported Obi in Benue. We supported Asiwaju in Ekiti. When they were talking about how did the numbers came up in Ekiti, it was us that gave it to them. Me, Ayo Fayose, was the leader of the people that supported Asiwaju and gave our own votes to him. Let me tell you why, and make it very express to you. If you tell people they don't matter, they will tell you they matter. When somebody came out, how you came out and said Tambuwa was the hero of the convention, they are now heroes of the losses. When you tell Wike, because on this television they criticize Wike as if he's the enemy of Arise Television. I am a Wike's friend though. I stand by him. All the propaganda does not stand the test of time. If you kick my leg, I tell you don't kick it again. If you kick it again, I will do everything to stop it. So let's leave it like that.
Okay, so Mr. Fayose, I'm going to give you a quick rebuttal. Number one, I do my job here objectively as I can.
If you give me one,
no, let me finish.
I will give it back to you.
Mr. Fayose, let me finish.
If you give it to
I have the right to respond.
I only responded.
I have the right to respond. Let me finish.
It's not personal between the two of us.
You made it personal, so I have the right to respond. Okay, so
between the two of us,
Mr. Fayose, I have a right to respond. I do my job objectively, and I don't support every political party.
Congratulations for doing your job.
Yeah, please.
Congratulations for doing your job. I am not one of those boys, one of those politicians who want to public domain to talk to anyhow. It is important to note that.
Mr. Fayose, can we make progress?
Thank you.
This is not a dialogue. This is a conversation.
I'm with you.
Yes, this is a program.
It's a conversation. And let him not get personal.
Yes.
Let him not get personal on this program.
No,
it's
okay. It's okay. Our job is to ask you questions. You respond.
Ruben, I told you yesterday, and I mentioned Hussaini's name particularly why I avoid Arise Television, and you assured me that you are going to moderate it in a way. Hussaini cannot, if it's his job, go for my personality or my person on the live television.
It's okay. It's okay, Mr. Fauci. Can we return to the issues? Now I was going to ask.
Thank you.
You refer to the G5, right? Maybe you want to talk more about that. If your identification with Wike and others is from a principled position. You've also been quoted as saying that you are not going to leave the PDP. But the PDP, are you aware, can accuse you of anti-party activities? Because in Lagos, you openly supported... In Lagos, you openly supported Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. You didn't even support the PDP candidate in Lagos. In Ekiti also, you didn't do much to help the PDP. And yet you say you remain in the same party. Can
I say to you, my brother, can I help you? Can I help you? And you know better. You know my friend, who was your friend, the late Burudi Kashamo. You know me, I'm a very clear personality. What is PDP? What is APC? What is CPC? Buhari formed CPC to become president. He couldn't make headway with it. He ran back to APC or formed alliance for PDP, APC. What is PDP? What is a party that cannot win election? What is a party that cannot keep to its constitution? What is a party that is suspending their members? I said it severally on the television. I said the votes that made it happen in Ekiti like that, we brought it. This is a public place. I'm not saying it under the table. I support Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I support Sokodu in Lagos. I support Yeyi Makinde in Oyo. It's a small boy that can be denied facts. What is PDP? What is it? I won an election for PDP. Sometimes the platform is good, but the popularity of the candidate too is good. At my time, when I was contesting the election in Ekiti, I defeated the incumbents. When they concocted the fact that it was rigged in 2014, was it rigged in 2003? So let's leave that story. You understand? If PDP is a vehicle, if it's workable, we work. If it doesn't work, we go to our houses. Let me tell you, I am not somebody who is desperate to be in any political party. I'm not a beggar of staying in any party. The national issue, this country, is bigger than political parties. We are first members of our family before we became members of a political party, and we are first Nigerians. Are you happy with the situation in the PDP? Was I the one that drove Obi away? The same Obi that left the party made almost 6 million votes, had Kwankwanso's vote, had Obi's vote. We will not be talking about Asiwaju. The fact that an incumbent does not perform well, does it guarantee your victory? When it is wrong, it is wrong. Look at PDP that is on the ground, still suspending the ESCO of Castina. PDP that is on the ground. You are talking about the candidate in Lagos. Do you have a candidate in Lagos? Those people are doing theater now. Even when Obi took over Lagos, they got 60,000 or 70,000 votes. Somebody who is photographer of former governor of Lagos State.
Very quickly,
he confirmed that he was his photographer. Please don't let us go that route. Oh.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We are almost out of time, but it's important to respond to a question that was asked to you.
I'm happy if it is gone.
In terms of your call for moving forward and going ahead with the government, the president-elect, What's your statement on justice? People have said that there's no healing or there's no moving forward without a sense of justice. Rufai had cited some of the atrocities committed on some members of society. Should they move forward? What's your take on that very quickly, please?
Let me equally tell you that all means ill actions is sincerely regrettable. It should not be supported, it should not be promoted. But I've said it to you, they are actions by the politicians, not by the umpire. And let me equally say to you, majority of people look out for this election time to make money. That is the problem in our country. Even the press. Majority of them had bought out most stations. They collect money and be pounding positivity against what is supposed to be negativity. So that was why I said Obi was a man that turned around most of the things in our country. Obi exposed so many things. Obi came like hurricane and did what no one has done. But let me say to you, I have said it very clearly, I am not going to come out and condemn anybody. They have gone to court. Let the court do justice in the matter. And lastly, let me tell you, I join everybody to condemn what is not right, what is physical by the attacks on a number of people. But let's equally get it right that what you see in the followership is what you get in the leadership. And what you see in the leadership is what you get in the followership. Nobody is innocent in the circumstance. Even the press, you are not.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ayofayoshe.